Good evening, everyone. Buenas noches. Welcome to the LULAC Unity Awards, part of our LULAC Legislative Conference, an evening where we honor the accomplishments of our nation's top legislative champions and the local leaders whose work day in and day out is strengthening communities across the country. Tonight, I want to begin with gratitude. First, thank you to our National President and Board Chairman, Roman Palomares, for his steady leadership during a time that has tested our organization, our community, and our nation in very real ways. I also want to thank every member of our Board of Directors for their commitment to LULAC and for their guidance and counsel and support that they provide as we meet challenges that are unprecedented in both the scope and intensity. I also want to recognize our elected officials in attendance tonight. Representative Lou Correa from California, Representative Sylvia Garcia from Texas, Commissioner Tony Calvert from Texas as well. And nothing we do at LULAC would be possible without our professional staff. Their hard work, dedication, and unwavering commitment to supporting our membership and meeting the needs of our Latino community are what keep LULAC moving forward day after day with purpose, with intentionality, and with excellence. Thank you. They deserve an incredible round of applause. And my family, although they're not here tonight because it's a school night, and they've already missed a lot of school days, to my lovely wife and children, I thank them for their grace as I travel across the country in support of our Latino community. Over the past year, it's fair to say that we have faced one of the most difficult chapters in LULAC's 97-year history. Many of us have watched deeply troubling images and reports, moments of fear, confrontation, and loss, playing out in communities across America as people stand up for their neighbors and as families seek safety and security. We've also witnessed the human cost of enforcement systems that too often operate without adequate accountability, transparency, or compassion. We cannot ignore the lives lost in detention. We cannot ignore the lives and families being separated today. And we cannot ignore the many law-abiding residents, mothers, fathers, grandparents, and even children who have been swept up, detained, and deported, sometimes to countries where they have little or no connection, forced to begin as strangers in a strange land. This is painful, and it should trouble all of us. Whether you are Republican, Democrat, Independent, the erosion of civil liberties and the suffering of families should unsettle every person of conscience. We should all be uncomfortable because what we are witnessing is not abstract. It is happening in beautifully diverse cities and communities nationwide, in Los Angeles, in New Orleans, in Minneapolis, Portland, in your city, and in my city too. So the question becomes, what are we to do? What do we do when civil rights are treated as optional? What do we do when the rights of peaceful assembly and freedom of speech feel threatened? What do we do when due process is weakened and when the promises we have long made to immigrant communities are broken? I've thought a lot about these questions, and I know many of you have too. And as the answer I come back to again and again is this: we respond the way that LULAC has always responded. We fight back, lawfully, strategically, and relentlessly. Because if LULAC's 97-year history teaches us anything, it's that we are built for moments like this. The blueprint is not theoretical. It is written into our history, and it is written into our DNA. We have never waited for someone else to defend our community's rights. Throughout our history, we have organized, we have mobilized, we have advocated, and when necessary, we have gone to court because the Constitution belongs to all of us, and our civil rights are not up for negotiations. On January 20th, within hours of the first executive order being signed, LULAC filed suit to defend birthright citizenship. We have continued to support the case ever since through all the twists and turns. And on April 1st, the issue will be argued at the United States Supreme Court with our support, with our plaintiffs that we helped find. And what I've learned in that case and many others is that LULAC has something that very few organizations can claim. We have 451 councils in 31 states. We have over 575,000 members across all 50 states and Puerto Rico, and we are growing. And we have a legacy of impact through the courts that reaches back generations, from Menendez v. Westminster to Hernandez v. Texas to the present day with birthright citizenship and other landmark litigation that you will hear about more this evening. Today, we are recommitting ourselves fully to protecting the rights of immigrants and the civil rights of Latino community. In just over 1 year, we have built one of the largest networks of pro bono litigation counsel in the country. We are working alongside democracy defenders, the ACLU, SPLC, CLC, Democracy Forward, MALDEF, Latino Justice, and many others. We've also expanded that capacity through partnerships with some of the leading law firms in the country, strengthening LULAC's ability to pursue civil rights cases across the country with seriousness and scale this moment demands. As of tonight, we have more than 11 active cases in 7 states, and we're building what will be one of the most robust election protection efforts ever focused on the Latino community, alongside trusted partners like Ambassador Norm Eisen, Democracy Defenders Fund, because protecting the right to vote is protecting our future. None of this happens in isolation. This work is only possible because of the hundreds of councils and the thousands of members across the nation who are willing to stand up peacefully, lawfully, and courageously to protect our civil rights. No other Latino organization has this combination of history, grassroots reach, legal strategy, and national infrastructure. And whether you are a LULAC member or not, whether you realize it or not, you have benefited from the work that LULAC has done for 97 years. Our victories have expanded opportunity, strengthened democracy, and helped move this country closer to its ideals. To our elected officials here tonight, we ask you to lead with principle, to defend due process, and to ensure that our laws reflect both security and humanity, and that we hold bad actors accountable. To our corporate partners, thank you for standing with our community, and I invite you to keep leaning in, because prosperity is stronger when rights are protected, when communities are stable, and when dignity is non-negotiable. And to LULAC's national leadership, thank you for your resolve. This moment demands not only vision, but commitment to wade through troubling waters. This moment demands not only compassion, but courage. I am privileged to do this work. I am proud to do this work. I am committed to doing this work for my children, for your children and for future generations who will one day read about this period in their history books. And when they do, I want one thing to be clear. When times were tough, when anti-immigrant rhetoric was at an all-time high, and when families faced fear and uncertainty, LULAC did not sit on the sidelines. We organized, we mobilized, we took action, and we went to court to defend the rights and dignity of our people and all immigrant communities. Thank you for being here tonight, and thank you for standing with LULAC, and thank you for the work that we will continue together.